that one's not holding it. Let's see.
All right, you're on camera.
Weep. I'm never gonna snap. Oh, we got progress, people! Get excited! Oh, that. Wait. That thing's stopping us.
Oh, there you go.
That bad boy. There it is. Ready? 1, 2. Oh! That's our big lesson for today. Gotta take 2 baskets. Yeah, please.
Something good's gonna happen. Bananas. Happy glorious Friday. This is a little better than that 105 degree or the rain. I don't know how it's happening, but soak it up, people. I've got sunscreen if you need it. It's even warmer than I thought it was going to be, which I like, but we'll keep that in consideration of your future health and survival. That said, today you're going to get a full lesson. And in fact, you're going to see about a month of lessons in this unit. But I'm going to take you from warm-up to full lesson to closure, okay? And then within the full lesson, I'll do several. So as we do them, kind of realize, wow, this would be a lot for one grade to do, because you don't usually meet with them for 3 hours. And everything they do, they're going to do 3 or 4 or 5 times as long as I do it, so that you can just see a lot more. So always keep in your mind, things take longer with kids. They have questions, there are distractions, all kinds of things. So there's no way, you know, what we do in 8 minutes sometimes is a 30-minute lesson, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind, because they need lots of practice at whatever we do. That said, anytime we use a warm-up activity, we want to use something you already know, all right? So from this line right here, the half court, and I'm going to use all basketball terms today because our unit is basketball. So I'm going to try starting using the vocabulary that the kids need to know. So this is the half court line, which splits the court in 2 halves. 3rd graders, huh? Now we're going to stay in this half, and those are the sidelines, those white lines, and they go down to the blue cones, which is the baseline. So we've got a baseline, 2 sidelines, and a half court, and we're going to warm up with sharks and seaweed. And hopefully I don't need to explain any of that because we've played it 50 times in this class. You are the sharks, you are the fish, and dorsal fins up. We are walking. There is no Nemo yet. Get your marks. Get set. We're walking. Get your mark. Get your mark. Get set. Go. That's pretty good. Only 1 step out of an entire class. And it was an emphatic step, but we're going to still pull it back. Mark. Get set. Go. Zot. Oh, I hurt you, Ruben. I hurt you. Let's see your seaweed, Ruben. I want to see that seaweed. See the weed. Who is not caught? Come to me if you were not caught. Come to me. Everybody else on seaweed. Ziva. Who else do I got? Michelle. Okay. Were you tagging last time? No? You got your pedometer. Over here. Okay, Casey over here. I'm going to pick 2 Nemos this time. You guys turn around. I'm going to pick 2 Nemos. I have to pick you because of Animal House.
I know, it was me. And then the other Nemo got caught like right next to me. Yeah.
All right. Nemos can free the seaweed. Here we go. This time we're skipping. Turn around. You mark, get set.
People are going on set.
I haven't even gotten to the fake goal. Mark, get set. Zot. Carlos, jump on in there. Shark and seaweed. Lena, you can use my chair if you want. Okay. Let's see that seaweed.
Bananas?
Did anybody not get caught? Did either Nemo not get caught? They did. Everyone's like, no, they did. The party ended early. What's that? They did? They said, little ruined. Okay, now I'm going to teach a new game because what's the point of a warm-up activity? There's 3 different things we really get accomplished with warm-up activity. Somebody give me one. Yes. It's funny, why do we call it a warm-up activity? Because we get warmed up. So one is we're preventing injury, we're getting the body ready for activity, we're going at kind of a slow pace that progresses to faster. All right, thank you, that's one. What else?
Brings the kids together, working together.
We can right away get them as a collective group, and it's a class management technique because if we've got them on something, they're not going to do something else. So the moment they come out of a classroom, we want them in action, okay? Otherwise, they'll choose their own. And then thirdly, whole lot of bingo, Richard. Beep, 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 beep. That was nice, Richard. I didn't think we were going to have that. Excellent answer. We can sometimes, if we're really thinking, we can use a warm-up activity for what we're going to be teaching. And since it's basketball, I'm going to teach a warm-up game relating to the game itself. That said, this is called Cops and Robbers. All right? Christy? I know you spent some time in jail. You'd be perfect for this. So I'm the cop, she's the robber. When I say Zot, she is, what do most robbers do when they see a cop? For their life. And so this time we're going to teach the whole court. So you see behind you the 2 blue cones? That's the other baseline. You may stay anywhere within the 4 blue cones, which is 2 baselines and 2 sidelines. All right? That said, she can go anywhere in here, and my whole job as any cop is I want to bring her in, right? So I'm just going to shadow her wherever she goes. Go ahead, go somewhere. Here I am.
Wait,
Here I am.
I thought I was
Here
the
I am. You're the robber.
I'm the robber?
Remember the jail time you spent?
Oh,
Yeah. Now, when we hear the whistle, we both must freeze. If I can reach out and touch her without moving my feet, all right, so I hear the whistle and then I'm no good. Okay, I hear the whistle, control the body. If I can reach out and touch her, that means I've hauled her in, right? I'm on her, she's headed with me, and so she owes whatever the penalty is. In this case, since it's basketball, instead of doing push-ups, as much as I know you love those, today we're going to do your 3 best all-time dunks on the invisible rim, you know? You know, you do your tomahawk, whatever you thought you could have done someday in your life, and the rim is right here. It's beautiful, okay? You'll do 3 of those, okay? Do 1 so they get the idea. Just 1. Just 1. Oh, you are ready. That poor little ball. And so she'll do 3 of those. Everyone who, now if I couldn't reach her, I would do 3. But since I can, she has to do 3. And then I start again. I'll change the move. Okay, so go ahead and toe up to a partner. Go up. If you need a partner, come to me. If you need a partner, come to me. Carlos, there we go. Anybody else need a partner? Is everybody else good? You got the whole court. We're going to start. Oh, and by the way, there's 2 speeds in a chase. Low pursuit and high pursuit. So when I call out low pursuit, both the robber needs to go a little slower, all right? High pursuit, it's full getaway, 3 ways open, all right? That said, you got the whole court, so do a little blueberries right now. We're going to start with low pursuit walking. Get your mark. Get your mark. Oh, decide who the cop is and who the robber is. Thank you. My bad. My bad. Everybody know who that troublemaker is?
I have a question. High speed is running.
No. Whatever locomotor movement I use, if I say walking, low pursuit is slow walking, high pursuit is fast walking. Whatever the locomotor is, it must stay throughout. Thank you, Tara. Ready, set, run! Most robbers will do that. They need an early start.
I was gonna come.
Ready, set, zot. Low pursuit. Stay in the boundaries, Elizabeth. We don't want you falling off the freeway. It's dangerous out there. Esther is arriving. Okay, Esther, you will watch this one. Stretch out, get loose, Esther, move around. High pursuit, high pursuit. Okay, sure. I said high pursuit.
You're running! You're running! That's not walking!
Let's see those dunks. Let's see those dunks. 3 of them. Let's see them. Nice. Oh, this could be the Slam Jam Festa Ramp. Now switch, cops and robbers. This time you are galloping. When I go from low pursuit to high pursuit, you change the lead foot. Okay? Whenever I go low to high or high to low, you will switch the lead foot. Galloping. Ready, set, gallop. I don't blame you. I'm one of those. Who cried when Old Yeller died? I did. Okay. Zop. Low pursuit. Low pursuit.
I am a little messy.
High pursuit. High pursuit. We got an injured. Araceli, you want to switch with Esther? Araceli, are you injured? Somebody, you're injured? Sub. Low pursuit. Low pursuit. Okay, you want to hang out with Lena for a little while? Okay, sorry. Just make sure you can hear. High pursuit! Good Lord, what happened? Let me see those jumps. Hold on. Oh, I hope you're getting this piece squared. That's good. Bananas! Bananas. B squared, you're going to have to get ready to move. Okay. Actually, I know what I'll do. All right. Now, first thing in outdoor classroom management. If I started teaching you right now, what's the mistake I'm making? Yeah. I've seen kids with teachers doing this, and kids are like, I hear something. And they're just battling, and the teachers think, oh, they're stretching. And so I'm making a classic mistake, is I'm facing right you into the sun instead of just me. And then a teacher will say, wow, well then everybody move over there when I can just move, right? However, because of our film crew, we actually will have you right over here so that he doesn't have to do too much.
Don't go blaming me.
I'm blaming you totally. And then apples. Where's my little script? Did I lose anything around? You guys see my script over there? Good one. Yeah. Carlos can bring it. Carlos can bring it. He can make himself useful. Or what do you say? We've gone 6 minutes. And he was late. All right. Now, today, thank you, Lena. Today, I'm very excited. It's our one day out, right? Where's Kitty? She's all excited. We're outside. but when we're outside, we've got to consider safety things like heat and water and all of those things. But the first thing is outdoor management. I have you facing the correct way. I also make sure out on a school there's kids everywhere. So can I get my class facing away from all the distractions, whether it's another class or you're near a street and every kid's like, there's another red car. What? Seriously? And so they just keep finding things. So you got to try to help yourself, all right? And so right now you're facing away from all things, and if there is a lot of wind, I might consider where my voice has to carry through. So that said, quickly, last week, which was class 1, even though we had class 3, this is class 2. So last week, when our very first class, we talked about kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and kindergarten's all about exploring. Let kids just, get used to a ball being in action, having them run around with other people there. All these different things, they're just exploring life, and we don't have a whole lot of rules other than safety rules. When they get a little older, first grade, we start adding boundaries. We start adding, we're going to do this for so long, or we're going to go this far, so we add time and space elements. As they get older to second grade, we start working in teams. Remember bumper cars. We start teaching them we can work as partners, okay? And then as we get to third grade, we begin to do what we're doing today, which is sport topics, okay? Now there's all over America people in kindergarten playing soccer on big AYSO teams, but really that's not totally appropriate because most kids at that age aren't ready to take on a full sport. And by the way, I know you had readings, and again, kind of emphasizing that I don't cover the readings in class. That's why we have them there, and I do what I can physically out here. What you read is just really important stuff, but I don't want to just lecture. But it did talk about, chapter 2 was the standards, the 5 standards that are in every grade. Standard 1, doing motor skills and all these, locomotor, non-locomotor, using an object. Those are motor skills and you do them. Standard 2 is the knowledge behind all that. Why does a ball spin? Why does a hoop come back? Why does it help if I do this in cops and robbers and then move here? Speaking of, I'll stay focused. Standard 3 is about fitness, doing fitness, push-ups, sit-ups, dunks, running around, getting our heart going. Standard 4 is, well, what's the knowledge behind that? Why is it good that a heart goes faster, or we breathe deeper, we make stronger muscles, and we understand how that all works. So 3 and 4 are tied together, 1 and 2 are tied together, and 5 is the social standard. What's it like to be a teammate? What's it like to play fair? What's it like to be honest when you're playing? How do we help each other out? How are we a good sport to the opponent? And all of that. Now, when we get into sports, my big question is, and I did a lot of my graduate work studying why kids leave sports and why some kids love sports. Because I grew up a junkie, how do you not love sports? And then I realized in my studies, a lot of kids didn't, or something happened. What's good and not so good about sports? Oh, this is when I take off my little mic, because we want to actually hear you. You have something to say. Anybody want to tell me what's...
Some people are horrifically bad at them.
Some are really horrifically bad.
At doing them. I mean, they involve, you have to do stuff.
Right. Why do you think they're bad? Do you think they could never overcome it, or?
I think they probably could, but they probably jump too fast to playing them without building the skills. But, I mean, some people are just really crappy at throwing and catching.
We'll edit that.
Yeah, so that would be why.
Okay, thank you.
Did you have them speak into the mic?
Speak into the mic, okay. Why don't you hold it?
Some of them can also get discouraged and they don't want to try as hard anymore after they're not picked on like certain teams.
Right. In fact, how many are used to having captains pick teams? All of us. Terrible system. I was a captain all the time, always thinking when I picked that last person, oh, I'm doing them a favor. I'm like, I'll take you. Some kind of affirmative action program, And here I am, a little 5th grader, not knowing that what I'm really doing is letting everybody know she's the worst. Spotlight. Let's let everybody know that the skill levels are slowly getting worse as the captains make their picks. Terrible, right? So that person who's already not very good, now publicly shamed and says, why would I want to keep doing this? I don't. Okay? So thank you, Esther. What else?
As kids are out playing, if they do something wrong, then the rest of the kids really gang up on them and say, what's wrong with you? And so they start really criticizing them. So somebody who may have had pretty good self-esteem, feeling pretty confident, as soon as they make a mistake, then they start to question themselves and the confidence level goes down and they just don't want to feel like that.
Yeah, thank you. That whole social element of anything else. Tina?
If there's no differentiated instruction, a lot of kids might have problems with certain skills and then they don't get to work on those skills before doing like a team sport, and so they get lost and then they'll never develop those skills properly because they'll see people who are more advanced.
Cohort B. Brilliant. Let me add additionally parent pressure, coaching pressure. You know, if you're not at the top of the group, you're often getting yelled at and by adults where you don't have a fair fight, okay? So one of the, I guess I can just, one of the, how am I doing? Other than looking silly. I'm just gonna hold this, something else. Thank you for all coming here today. One of the major problems we have in teaching sports, and you've all added key elements, but to teach a child basketball and to just say, we're going to go play basketball, that's the final stage of learning the game. There's all kinds of rules, all kinds of skills they need, and if they haven't been getting this differentiated learning all along, then they're going to be out in the cold, and then they really don't want to be publicly shamed, etc. So, instead of playing the complex game of basketball or soccer or football or tennis, we want to teach the key middle step, which is lead-in skills. Lead-in games to the sport. So everything we play today are one piece of the sport that you need to know. And we'll turn that into a game and an instruction and a drill and fun and all that. And so the bottom line is we often just go from 0 to 60. You know, they've never played. Now they see a whole bunch of kids playing basketball and they get thrown in. And they're not going to keep playing, most of them, unless they're just fortunately genetically ready, but most aren't. So we're going to teach everything from simple throwing and catching, which will be, actually I'm going to go backwards today. Throwing and catching will be last because I have a particular reason, but we're going to be 3rd to 6th grade for this first piece. All right, why was cops and robbers such a good game for basketball? So get away from your defender. You're shadowing. Casey?
Learn the boundaries of the game.
Learn the boundaries of the game. So I had boundaries, and I had a 3rd grade standard is the ability to chase and get away. So offense, defense, which we use in many sports, is how do we shadow. Officially bless you, Emily. That said, the other thing is we talked just a minute about competition last class. Is competition a good thing? Sometimes. When is it good?
Competing with yourself to do better.
Competing with yourself. Always self-improvement and self-competition is wonderful. When is it not so good? What's that, Esther?
When you're out.
When you're out, you're eliminated, which you'll see we'll never have that in the entire time we play here. Skill levels, so we have to figure out how do we differentiate and learn and have different groups doing different things. And my biggest problem with is the overemphasis of winning. And that's all role modeled by the teacher. Because competition is exciting. You know, why do people go to sporting events? It's exciting, it's fun, it's good to see this mutual quest for excellence, is what I like to call it. Kind of technical college talk. But I love when you can get all excited and all of that. And the only thing that takes a downer is when someone's a poor sport, or someone doesn't, when they win, they're in your face going, I knew that was going to happen. And they're just putting it in your face. And the teacher is the key person who will set the tone for what matters. If we do a relay race and I just focus on the winners and I'm over there, you are the best, and everyone else is going, I guess I'm not the best. We kind of instead get focused on their effort, their attitude towards each other, their skill improvement, a lot of different things. The last thing you're going to have an opportunity for today in our sit-down talk is feedback. Teachers in PE are challenged to give good feedback. And feedback is really hard, okay? And so the book had one paragraph on feedback. Does anybody remember anything that was said about feedback?
You want to be really specific about what, if you say good job, they don't know what they did. But if you say, oh, I like the way you sort the catching the ball or whatever,
Yeah.
then they know, oh, I can be doing that.
Yeah, so if I just, now I actually got to get this thing pinned up. If I go, great job, Lena, I love how you guys are focused and everything and you're in here and all that, is that good feedback? I was positive.
If you're throwing a ball, you need to know that the arm has to go up and over versus this is straight. And so I love the way you curved your arm.
Right.
Versus,
Okay, so very specific information. Was anything good about what I did?
Yeah.
I'm creating good energy. That's something. So there will be some people just go, I love what I'm seeing, and the kids are like, sweet, all right, this is good. If we can add positive with specific information, that's ideal. What if I'm over here and I say, all right, we're all working on dribbling. Christine, when you're dribbling, you don't have to go like this. Just go 1 foot at a time, Christine. Slow down. You got it, Christine? She gives me a thumb. Is that good? I sure did. And Christine was still smiling and thumbs up because Christine's just a good person. But I let the whole world know Christine's got a problem, okay? That said, if I see a lot of you doing your kangaroo dribbling, okay, and I know we want to be ready on either foot to move, so I know kangaroo dribbling isn't good, I can say, hey everybody, let's make sure when we're dribbling, we're on 1 foot to the other, moving like we practice, and I'm kind of talking and showing, right? If she really is the only one doing that, I don't want to yell I don't want to yell a general instruction, because most of you go, but I think I'm doing it right. So one key in feedback, and remember, this isn't like math or reading where feedback is done afterwards. You get to read their responses and you grade it. PE has to be immediate when it's happening, so you're actually multitasking. If you're chewing gum, spit it out, because you got a lot going on, all right? And as a teacher, it's really difficult to give feedback when you're trying to run something, so you really have to know what you're doing. But that said, my goal as you're all moving is I'm just slowly talking to the group, I'm giving out some encouragement, things I like, I make my way over here, and I finally say, hey, Christine, I love your energy, I love that you're on the balls of your feet, but make sure that when you're dribbling, you're moving your feet back and forth so you can go in any direction. Kangaroo, does that make sense? And we had this little private conversation. Now, should I just hang out with her for a little while and say, all right, Christine, let me see you do it right now. Yes, no? Why not? I'm her friend. One of the things that actually said in that little paragraph is a human being needs time to work it out, time to have feedback and practice. So we don't want to become the helicopter and just hover and just go, let me see it. Instead going, do you understand? Make sure they understand, because if you leave them confused, that's not good either. But feedback is really tricky to say, let me give you enough information, and then, bless you, I've got to get around to everybody else. I got to keep moving so everybody knows I'm gonna get around, and you're gonna have your chance in case you have a question you want to ask me, etc. And so I spend a little time, but I got to get in and out. And then I make sure if I'm good enough, I've maybe taken a note, I'll check on her again. I'll say, wow, I love how you've changed that. Or, hey, you're making it part way. Notice I gave her some positive feedback, but also something to work on. All right? Let's see. I think, anything else with feedback I want to say? There might be. Let's find out how excited I am about my feedback. Focus on the skill, not and the effort, not the person. And the final thing is K-2 is probably the most critical time to give feedback. That's when the habits are really forming. Our ultimate goal with feedback is to give them enough knowledge that they can analyze themselves. That they can be on their own plane and go, oh, that's right, I'm doing that thing I'm not supposed to do, and I got, okay, I got to be more like this. And people know for themselves how to get better. That's my ultimate goal in teaching, self-leadership. Okay, that said, I believe we are at oranges. Are you guys hearing okay from where? Okay. That's good. Let me just see what I want to do. Oh, basketball. I've talked about it. I've pretended we're going to do it. I think it's that time. So we're going to come into the half court. And just start walking around. I'm going to call out a number and you're going to get in that number. So just start walking around. Walk a little faster. Okay. Number 5. Try to get groups of 5. We're probably going to have 1 or 2 groups of 6. You're good? Let's see. We got all 5? Richard? You can join any group of your choosing. Now, given that you're all going to be looking in the sun, I know they're alive. Are you okay here, B squared? Okay, you guys come to me for a second. I need someone, if you're willing to catch the ball I'm about to throw. All right, pop over here. 3 basic skills in basketball before we even teach about rules of basketball. Remember, rules kind of come last. We just throw one in here and there. But if somebody travels when they're dribbling or they do something wrong, when they're young, we don't care. We want to say, just try the skill. Keep trying it. Keep trying it. I'll add the rules as I see you're ready. But rules slow kids down. So, other than safety rules. And I have a whole sheet on safety, which was covered in the reading a little bit, but I'll get that as well. So, what are the 3 big skills of basketball? Dribbling, passing, and shooting. Now, everybody loves to shoot. That's dessert, people. So when do we teach it? Because that's when dessert happens. You start with dessert. It's not very interesting anymore. So we do shooting last. But the game, passing, and we're going to do throwing and catching. So know that we had done that in first and second. Harder object here, and we're going to do a little passing, and we're going to be about 10 feet away, and we're going to create a circle here in a moment. We're all going to do this. But remember, when I give cues, and I'm giving you a little more than I'd give a 3rd grader, but I'm going to give you all of them today, and you build them as you go, is I'm going to keep them simple and short. First thing is, when I pass a basketball, until I get fancy in college, I got 2 balls equally on the basketball, on my fingertips. The ball is never in the palm of the hand, but on the fingertips. Most equally spread out on the ball. And then as I throw to my partner, like any throw, I'm moving into it. All right, I'm not doing this. I'm moving all my power here. Now, notice I step forward. I had my elbows kind of in here. Now, someone tell me what's the difference in these 2 throws. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. What'd you see different? Wrists. And what happened to the ball? A lot more spin. It's a physics point. More spin creates a tighter line. The ball won't move around. So if I really get spin on it, the only way I can impart spin, and most of you will struggle with this, is that I take both hands and I flick them out fast. Be really relaxed, but you got to fire down. That's how you get spin on the ball. Okay? And without that, your passes won't be as good. Then if I just want to increase speed, I'm just moving everything a little faster with my willpower. Okay? So I'm going to extend faster. I'm going to move into my pass faster. Okay? Nicely done, Ruben. Now that's a chest pass. If I want to do a bounce pass and we're 10 feet apart, How far do I want to hit the ground so that it hits him right in the navel? Because if it comes up here, if the pass is like this, and this is what a lot of kids will do, and you will do, most kids want to pass like this. What's not good about that?
Kick over his head.
Yeah, Mr. Defense is going, I'll take that, thank you. Or I get it here, and that's hard for me to get going. I get it here, and I'm off and running, okay? So, 10 feet apart, most kids will say hit the 5-foot mark. We want to go past halfway, because the ground takes some of it, some of the power. Okay, notice I'm still flicking my wrist. And then as far as catching it, I'm watching it into my fingertips and I'm bringing it in. Okay? So we'll practice that in what's called a star circle. Carlos, I'm going to mark your spot. So pretend I'm Carlos. We're 5. We're going to make a circle. And here's the rule, and you can do this with 6, no problem. The rule is I can't pass to my neighbor, and I cannot pass the person who passed to me, so that we're sitting there playing catch the whole time and 3 people are just, you know, what are we doing? So that really leaves me 2 options right now. I can pass to either of these 2. She can pass. You can pass. You can pass. Look at this. We just made a star. Boom, 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 boom. Because they followed the rules. No neighbors and pass to someone new. So we keep doing that, and then I'll turn us to bounce passes when I think we can do the chest pass, okay? So everybody's going to have 1 ball, and we use the entire space. You got to really blueberries here. And then I'll give us additional challenges, but let's just do that one first. Remember, you are teachers today as well, so if you can help somebody get more spin on the ball or the ball back at the belly button, help out each other. This is your future now. Let's get everybody a ball, so everybody take one if you need one. Coming over the top. Each group just needs 1. Keep using the rest of the court. You guys got one. Do you guys need one? Nope, you're good. Keep going, keep going. There you go. Get right over there. Look for a play call. Go ahead and start when you're ready. Can you do me a favor? Worry about it at break. Unless you can figure out who it is. But help each other out. Let's get lots of spin on those passes. Lots of spin. Got to flick those wrists. Okay, thank you.
Is it under?
Over. So I'll pass to Heather. Okay, watch my hand. They start here, right? And you can make it a little wider circle if you want. You go ahead. Got one. Keep the elbows close to you so you're straight out. You're kind of out here. Bring them in. Bring them in a little. There you go. And step. You were like this. Go ahead and step. And step. These guys will help you, Jennifer. They're your friends. How are we doing here? Yeah, I've seen 0 for 3 so far, and that's all right. It's a group thing. Go ahead. Let's see how you're doing on the spinner. All right. So we got to get the hands kind of, you know, as we're about to throw it, see where my hands are? Almost, my thumbs almost touch, right? And then as I'm throwing to Jackie, just watch my hands. Hey, that's pretty good, Jackie. See that spin? Nice, and keep stepping forward. Oops. There's more spin, Casey, than your other one. I like that. And if you need to get a little bigger circle, that sometimes allows you to get a little more push on it. There it is. There's some spin. Bounce passes. Bounce passes. There you go. You're just flipping them. Nice. Kitty, I just saw that. And you guys really step into the pass so you put some power on it. Man, this is WNBA happening. Oh, I like the size of this circle. We got some action here. Make sure both hands go straight through the ball. Both arms extend through the ball. All right, I'm going to add a little basketball fitness. Did I hear Yahoo? I think I did. Okay, now I know you guys are looking in the sun, so this will be quick. I'm going to take your spot, Emily, and if you'll hold that. One person is going to be in the middle, so the circle should be kind of nice and big, but one person's going to be in the middle. So Esther, come this way. And I'm going to keep throwing to the same spot. Now, we probably don't want to go right to the sun, so let's say I'm going to throw right here, Irene. All the players are on a carousel. They're going to be sliding around, almost kind of like an egg, because the circle will take you too long. So when we start, Esther, you're going to be making your way and catching my next pass, because I'm throwing every ball to that spot, okay? So when I throw it to Irene, she throws it back and keeps sliding, and the next sliding person, Esther's right there, she throws it back. Hannah, nicely done. Tina's right here. Here we come. All right, and then at some point they're going to be, their legs are going to be screaming. So I'll say switch, which means go the other direction. Because that one leg's going, I can't go anymore. The other's like, this is a vacation. All right, and then we just keep coming. Got it? Here we go. Pick one person to be in the middle. I'd say somebody who was just running so that Emily could not run. That's yours. You can take that one. Ready? Whenever you're ready, Dot.
You guys might actually have to
I work with them, and then what we do, sometimes we'll make, once again, differentiated groups. If I think I've got a problem that's just a few kids, I'll create a little different activity for them, and really be underhanding it to each other, you know, and I'll just make it just easier till we're where we need to be. But you know, if I think I like to challenge them too. So at some point, I'm like, it's okay, you're dropping it, it's okay, you know, just But so I kind of have to see if I think they can. I like to let them just work it out for a while, but usually with a similar skill level. And that's, I think, one of the keys. Thing again. I forgot. Oh my God! Sorry. Sorry, I got caught in the conversation. I know, you're dying. New person in the middle.
I'm not like, what we were doing was she would throw, I would catch, and this person would keep moving so it gets off. It's supposed to still be in that one spot.
You should always be throwing to the same spot, so the person who catches it, even though they're moving, they're throwing it back, you're going back to the original spot. You're not rotating, because
Like when I throw it back to her, am I still in that spot, or I already?
you can be moving,
Okay. She's still hitting that.
but that makes it so it's easier for this next person. Yeah. Okay, this time, bounce passes, bounce passes. Ready? Up. They're gonna need you, Tara.
Oh no, we got to turn your
Tina, always to the same spot, Tina. You're all right. You're all right. Okay, good. New person in the middle. Someone that hasn't gone. This time, the person in the middle can decide chest pass or bounce pass. Whatever the outside person receives, they throw the exact same type of pass back. So if the middle person throws a chest pass, then you return with a chest pass. Ready? Up. Looking good. This group is a well-oiled machine right here. I love it. I love. Switch! Switch! Oh, I saw spin on that, Jennifer. Love it. Try to hit him in the belly button. On that bounce pass. New person in the middle.
You know, it would be your group. It would be your group, wouldn't it? Jeez.
This time, whatever the person throws from the middle, if it's a chest pass, the other person will do the opposite. Notice how I'm getting everybody involved and still doing something new. So that's one of our little teaching moments. Always add something new to the cook. Spice, whatever. I don't know what I was saying there. Okay. Opposite of what you receive. Ready? Switch! Fifth person in the middle. Fifth person in the middle. Should be the one person who didn't go, except for right here. You two will actually switch. Okay. All right, in this one, we're finally going to do a little thing called basketball, because in the real game itself, you don't hear people going, I'm going to throw you a chest pass, I'm going to throw you a bounce pass, are you ready? Instead, things just happen. So this is called wild card. Person in the middle throws you whatever they darn please. You throw them back whatever you please. All right? Ready? Zot. Switch! Bananas right here. Some serious fitness happening. Tina, I will. Everybody can hold on to the ball they have, actually. And by the way, when it comes to with kids, I'm saving time in class, but I would always have them put it at their feet. All right, whatever we're working with. That said, we worked on basketball skills, but we also squeezed wonderful cardio on your legs. Your legs will thank me in about 2 days. Where did these muscles come from? But I've been in camps where, I mean, that goes on for a long time. It's really hard conditioning after a while. That said, and other games you can do with passing, you're going to get them in the handout, but I got to get through 3 major skills today in a short amount of time. So just know there's multiple games, but one of the best is simply that you're going to pass 5 times before the team shoots. They cannot score a basket till they've passed it 5 times. Another variation is every player must touch it once before, and it has to be all passes, no dribbles. Okay? But there's lots of different passing games we could just going to see in the handout. But into dribbling, and then we're going to do a game that combines dribbling and passing. So dribbling. Most kids, when they first start to dribble, and like, did you check that out? Huh? I know I'm good. You know, or honestly, they will. They'll feel like they got to go with the ball. You know, and so I always go, what? Why is that? I don't know. But there's a rhythm that says I want to be what it is. And then they'll, you know, there's all kinds of extra action. But really, what am I using to dribble? I'm using my wrist. Notice how supple and soft and relaxed it is. What's the difference between those two? Thank you. Very common. I'm Mr. Supple. I don't think I've used that word in 20 years, but here it is. Cool word B, you bring out the bat. Fingertips, lots of control, none in the palm, okay? So, fingertips, the supple wrist, the elbow, and a touch of the shoulder. Very little though, very little. Okay? Now, once they get this good, the first thing they're going to, once we can teach them all that, then they're going to dribble like this. What? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. That's the problem, Double J. There's 9 other people out there. So ultimately, we want to say, can we dribble to where there's, whoa, where'd you come from? Whoa, you want this. I got to keep the way. Dribbling, our 2 goals are to advance it to the goal, the basket, and to keep it away from the troublemakers, the defense, okay? So I might have to turn and see where she is and still be going like this, and then I'm gone. Look at her, she's ready, she wants this. Seriously, go ahead and take it. Really, seriously, take it. And then I pass, and we'll go, score, dunk it, dunk it. Anyway. We'll edit that. No, that was a wonderful moment for Hannah. So with dribbling, we want to take it first, can they self-dribble? There's a lot of skills that some kids, especially as they get better, we want to teach them things they can do on their own, okay? And so before we dribble and worry about defense, we have to say, can we dribble in place? Can we just stay here, okay? There's also skills we can teach them how to manipulate a ball is, can we go around our back? Can we go the other direction, okay? Can we do something like that? Can we, you know, do that? Can we dribble around our legs? Okay? All of those things, even if you can't do them, you could show someone, hey, in slow motion, here's something you could try to practice. Ooh, that's hard, you know, and you make it look hard so they feel good about trying it. But you also say it is possible. And so they learn little skills on their own. But eventually, we have to start moving with the ball. That's what we're going to try now. Go ahead and just move a little. It's funny, I was like, I need you in groups of 3. So just get into a group of 3 if you can. Ruben, do me a favor and grab those basketballs and we will release the hounds. Bless you. One more here needed. Now, is everybody a group of 3? Is anybody not a group of 3? Often you won't get a group of 3, so an important class management tip. If you have an uneven number, the issue is, what do you do if you have, say, 4, you have a group of 4, and we're going to do relay races, or we're going to do some games with 3s. Do I do a group of 4, or do I do 2 groups of 2? If we do a group of 4, they all, well, you want to make sure they can go, but then we're all waiting. So we always say when the groups don't work out, make sure the non-groups are smaller. Okay, so if they're not a 3, they got to be a 2. If you're doing groups of 5 and you're having everybody do kind of the same, we got to wait kind of thing, all the other groups are 4 or smaller. And then that 4th person goes twice or whatever. Okay, so that said, let me show you what we're going to do. Oh, we got to number the teams. 1,
3, 5.
Let me hear you all say it. Come up with a little poem about your team. 9 is so fine. It's going to be good. 12. Perfect. So we have 36 players. Always have the kids say their numbers. If I say them for you, you'll forget them. So have every one of them say their numbers. Now, in your own group, numbers 1, 2, and 3. Decide who 1, 2, and 3 are. We good? And now that I have you numbered, you're going to remember those numbers, your individual numbers and your team numbers for the rest of these games, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to ask the ones, all the ones, so there's 12 ones out there. Just a second here, let me make sure I got what I want. Okay. If you're an odd-numbered team, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, or 11, you are going to grab 3 orange poly spots. The number 1 of each team will grab 3 orange. If you're an even-numbered team, you will grab 3 of the yellow, and at the end there will be some other colors. If you're even-numbered, grab 3 of those. If you're number 2, you're going to make sure your team has a basketball, okay? Anybody not got a basketball? You guys need one? Everybody's got one? All right, and then we are going to, starting with team 1, that blue cone down there, all the way along this baseline, we are going to line up our team, so we're going to be facing this way. Player 1, player 2, player 3. If you're number 1, you're going to bring your poly spots and just hold them right in front of you. Okay? Go ahead and line up. 1, 2, so I'll even number them off. Team 1. 2 is right here. 3 is right here. 4 is right here. 5 is right here. 6 is right here. 7 is here. 8, 9.
Coach, can we stick anyone besides Jack in front of the camera, please? Anyone.
11.
I'm a little worried. She's photogenic for sure, but...
Definitely I'm going to borrow these. If you're at number 1, you're going to just follow me out here. We are going to lay 1 spot right about where the free throw line is. We're going to lay the second spot about 5 feet short of the half court. Let me make sure. Oh, stay with me, Casey. That I appreciate. And then our last poly spot is called home base. This is where your team will always start. Borrow your basketball. I don't know what to do with that. Now, the first thing we'll do is we will dribble with our right hand. Do I have any lefties, by the way? Several. So you guys will be a little challenged on this, but you'll get your turn. So I'm on the right side and I come around, I come all the way back. I make sure I work on my technique. Nice, soft, supple wrist, elbow bending, and trying to look up when I dribble the best I can, but it might be hard. When you get to the end, what a lot of kids do,
I got that on tape.
That's what a lot of kids do. Always check if the receiver is looking.
Right there.
Don't encourage that.
Right there.
Definitely, it won't affect your grade, but you won't pass. Now, if anything else needs to be said, I'm fine for a moment.
That was great.
When a kid gets here, what they will often do is kind of what Daphne did, is they will just throw the ball to a person who's 2 feet away. So that person will not have a chance, as demonstrated. So we make sure we hand the ball, but thank you, that proved my point. And then the next person goes, but there's no throwing it as we get closer. We have to hand it to them. Then they go. Stephanie, are you ready? No, am I ready? Is the question. When the third person finishes, they'll hand it to the first person, and you will stop and wait for the next thing we're going to do. Ready? Get set. Stop. I know. But you guys want to move closer. You're so far. I don't know if you're able to focus or listen or. Okay. The middle should be open. You sure you don't want the chair? Wait, what did I say when the first person...
Hey, you be careful if she hits you.
I know. Whatever you want to do, Daphne. Whatever you want to do. Now, what happens in most of sports is we all go with our strong hand. We all say, this is important, people are watching, better go with the right hand or my dominant hand, right? Because you know who can't handle this. All right, I don't want to call him Mr. Stupid, but bottom line is he gets stupider because he never gets practice. So as a teacher, we got to make sure that in a sport that requires all body parts, we don't leave somebody out just because they might embarrass us. We make sure we give them time. So this time we're going to go to the left side of the poly spot. We're going to dribble down with our left. Might be a little harder. We're going to come back. Wave to some friends. And then we're going to hand it to the next person. Ready? Zot. There you are. Oh, and you found a little shade spot. No hat though, huh? How's your back feeling today?
It's always Jackie's teams.
I read your thing, yeah.
She's a camera jinx. Oh. I got that on tape. Who broke it?
Right.
I had to sometimes do better.
Yeah, that is a...
Why am I losing power?
Quick comment to the class. A lot of you like to dribble like this. Okay? Certainly entertaining, good for the circus, but if there's another player out there and that ball's way up here, they're going to say thank you. So we want to keep it about waist high and no higher, all right? So as much as, you know, this is great, let's bring it down. So Sometimes we even have to go lower when there's really a player trying to get it from us, okay? That said, we're now going to do the crazy figure 8. The whole goal of this activity, and I'd let them do both of those several times, but the whole goal of this one is in basketball, you really have to switch hands sometimes. Somebody's coming and I have to move it over here, okay? So all I want you to try to do is we're going to dribble around the poly spot, switching hands. All right? And there it is. So, do a crazy 8 around the slalom. Try to switch hands whenever it seems logical to you. And whatever you do is fine. Ready, set, zot. All right, now, anytime you do a, thank you. Anytime you do a relay race, which we're about to do, this is when the juices of the kids start flowing, all right? Gonna get some screaming, and I expect nothing less from this cohort. Anytime we do a relay race, a couple of key rules of relay races. A, don't have 10 people in line. That's way too many waiting. Notice I only have 3. That keeps the action pretty regular. Number 2, always do a skill they already had a chance to practice. Because once it's competition time, they forget about anything but winning. So I have to be sure they had chances to practice, and if I watch everyone and no one can do it, then we got to keep practicing and come up with a different game. But now the race is on because cohort B is ready. And so you're going to do a little screaming. First place, I'm giving out bonus points today. And so we're going to do the same thing we just did as fast as we can and hand it to that next person. Scream for your team. Ready?
Coach, what about the teams of 2? What about the teams of 2? They're going to get dumped for
Hey, team 2 always has the third person go twice, but we don't have a team with 2.
I thought you had 2 teams of 2.
No, we don't. We're just an example. Go ahead, Elizabeth. That's Elizabeth, I don't understand. I mean, I understand the desire for knowledge. Who wins? How will I know? So, when your team is done, you'll just do a full scream. Now, if I was really in a serious relay race, what I normally do is I have them sit down when they're done. But I want more action. So I just want full scream, and let me, the teacher, work it out. Ready? Set.
Go, 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 go.
Zot. You got it. You got it, Jackie. Where's the slalom? Show me some slalom. Bring her home, bring her home, bring her home. There it is. That was the team worried about. You're not going to believe this. 12-way tie. Unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
Really? Awesome. Now, I could do that multiple times, but due to time, I got to show you something else. So, stay with your team. This is your team, okay? You can name them if you want to. But I want everybody for a moment. I want the number 3s to pick up the poly spots. I want, and then keep them with you, okay? I want everyone else to bananas right here and make sure that you go back to your team. Oh, and I need 1 set of poly spots. Shoot, go ahead and leave them where they were. Sorry, Connie. Go ahead and put that one back. My bad. I want to show you one thing. Connie. Bring that one. I'll make a nice little small model of this. Thank you, Connie. Thank you for not throwing that at me. Okay, Connie, who else was on your team? Okay, so definitely go to the last poly spot and stand on it and throw me the ball. I'm ready for you now, Daphne. I got distance and awareness. Leia, princess, right there. And then Connie, you would be here. Now, I'm just going to demonstrate this one to save time. But this is a really good one, is once you think they've learned dribbling pretty good, you're looking at your class and you're going, most of the kids can do it. And Lena asked me a question, what if one kid can't? You know, we often break into groups and say, hey, these 5, I just want you to practice self-dribbling for a little while, and you tell me when you think you're ready. I like them to own their decision if they can, and so they can join in, but a lot of kids won't until they feel a little more comfortable. And so I give them all that space they want, all right? But when I look at the majority, I always decide, do I want to challenge them more only when I think the majority are doing what we're trying to do presently? Do I add something? Now, if I have a few superstars, I might just say to them who are really talented, hey, do the whole thing with your left hand, okay? Or I'll give them an additional challenge. I'll say, show me how good you are with that, etc. So I can differentiate on the side as I like. I'm always adding challenges to kids who might actually need that. This is the first time we introduced defense. So now I've been practicing dribbling. Now in the same formation, we had all the equipment set up. I always try to utilize the equipment as much as I can for one given lesson. So this would be the whole day, is I just come down here and my whole thing is she has to stay on the poly spot at least 1 foot, and I have to try to get around her, and she's going to try to get this. You're going to try to get that, right? Yeah. You're looking for that, right? And so I come over here, and then Daphne's looking. Look at Daphne. She's, oh, and I come back this way, all right? And, oh, she took it. That's how good she is. So she says, Double J, were you looking for this? I say, thank you, and then I continue on my way. So she lets me have it back. Now, once I get to this point, you move up, and now I'm back here. And now it's her turn. Okay? So everybody gets a chance to get this experience of a defender, but not a defender who's moving all over the place, but has to stay kind of here. All right? Assuming we did that, now we're going to go into the game, Rugrats. You're saying, I love Rugrats, those are all I teach. Rugrats is your team of 3. So let's take these 3, move over here. And is this a team? And actually, I tell you what number are you? 6. Tell you what, Daphne, my new friend. Grab me, bring those cones over here. I'm going to take teams 1 and 2 for this demonstration. Teams 1 and 2, come on out here. And I meant to bring my little whiteboard to show the diagram here. I just have a tiny little whiteboard I bring out when I teach sometimes with the kids, and anyways, it's in my wife's car. So, just move on. To show you how the whole place is going to be set up. We're going to have 6 games going on simultaneously. Team 1 versus Team 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6, and then the same 7 versus 8, 9 versus 10 in the middle, and 11 and 12 on that far end. But they'll look like this. We'll have boundaries. So all the number 2s of every team is going to grab 3 cones, not yet, 3 of the same color, and they're just going to put them better than that. I know you're not quite as busy, and we'll create 2 sidelines for our game, okay? Here is the basket. These 3 poly spots are the basket, the human basket. Now, we haven't talked about shooting purposefully. This is a passing and dribbling game. This is team 2. We are going to put Jamie as the human basket. And you may stand and salute. No, you're fine, yes. And then these 2 are her teammates, and they're going to try to score down there. We're going to put, Ruben, you got your poly spots, put them on the other baseline. So notice I'm using the baselines. Stand on that, put them down, there you go. Put them all down. That's his basket. Now, I'm going to step in for just a moment. She and I, we're a team, you two over here. And the whole object of the game, I don't need this one either. The whole object of the game is we're going to try to score to our basket. So sorry, you're on our team, right, Jamie? I forgot whose team I'm on. So we want to score to our basket. We can pass or we can dribble. And you guys would try to defend. And then if she throws it to Jamie and Jamie catches it, we just scored a basket. And we go nuts. And then we give it to the other team. The only rules in the beginning, because we want kids to just explore the skill, the only rules are she cannot take the ball from me. She can intercept a pass though. So if I'm throwing a pass and Kitty gets it, now you guys are going the other way and we're trying to stop you. And look at our little third grader. So good. And then we get it back and we pass and dribble, or shoot. She cannot come off the spot. So if Hannah shoots and it's over here, the other team gets it. Always one foot has to stay on. We'll just keep it simple. We could be tougher and make it two, but in the beginning I want the kids to succeed. Over time I'm going to say, hey, dribblers, you can have it stolen, but not right away. So there's no contact and there's no stealing from the dribbler, but we really want to work as a team, so there should be a lot of passing as we work down the court. Okay? Any questions? This is one they love, by the way. Just absolutely love. They'll play this the whole time. Irene?
Couldn't there be contact to try and get an interception? I mean,
yeah, inadvertent contact can happen. We just want to tell them, hey, when somebody's dribbling, wham!
Okay.
You know, so we're learning control of our bodies. But if she goes to steal it, and ultimately the teams will decide, hey, we're keeping it. That was a foul, too much contact. And if they can't decide, I'll decide. But at the end of the day, we say just try to avoid contact when we start. Doesn't mean it's going to be perfect.
Right. Okay. They stand in front of our goal and do this.
Right. Good point. Right. We typically have what's called a 6-foot circle around, and it's invisible. I just want the kid, if I see a kid just standing here like this and the other kid's over here, I'll just get over and say, you've got to be at least this far away. It's not exact science because we don't want it to be yet, all right? We just want to say you got to give them plenty of space to catch. Thank you for that. So, number 2s, you will grab 3 cones of the same color and create a sideline. And then, here's oranges. All right. Oh, I got greens too. Put those over here. Does everybody have a basketball? So 1 versus 2 is here. Center is 3 versus 4. 5 and 6 down here. 11 and 12 down here. 9 and 10 center. Can't use this as a, this is going to be your poly spot for your center people. This is your basket. Will be down a little ways. Poly spot here, all 3 of them. Yeah, thank you. I will yell switch when it's time to change who the basket person is, because they need some action beyond catching. Oh, did I? Oh, we got the same colors, ironically. You may practice a little, and then I'll say when we're going to begin. No, you can just have one team, just a little rock, scissors, paper, decide. Perfect. You may begin as your teams are ready, because everybody's in a different place. We're dribbling and passing to our teammate, Kitty. We're working as a team.
Goaltending.
We got 3 R's we're gonna talk about today. Cause we're reducing,
Almost hit the camera. That's not a good thing. How to knock it over. Bounce pass the film, right? That's bounce pass. I almost hit your tripod.
Huh?
I almost hit it.
Well, as long as you don't actually hit it.
Defense, get up.
It's not in your way, is it?
Switch basket person, switch the basket
Someone! Time out. Hold on.
Yeah, no, my point. I like
I forgot the boundaries.
Are you all right, Jackie? Did you just lay out? You all right? You guys been a little crazy? Yeah. I've heard screaming. I've seen action. This is the #1 ranked court right now. I'm going to switch. Why don't you switch? Have you been to the basket yet? Switch baskets! Switch!
Jack, you better catch that ball.
Someone stay back here.
Oh, I didn't start. Okay. Down.
But I heard you
Can you name this band? Ted Nugent.
That's it.
What happened to giving her some space? That's tough to eat. Incoming! 30 more seconds. Oh, bad steal. Let's see, I want to see it.
I saw that, Ruben. That was goaltending.
Whoever got the goals, pick them up again. Polly spots whoever had them, and the third person hold on to the basketball. You guys can put them right here. Stay with your team of 3. And everybody, bananas right here. Araceli, if you'll pause that, thank you. Little Ted Nugent cat scratch fever. Last thing before break is a little thing called shooting. Now, obviously I'm hyperspacing through each activity. In that last one, the first thing I would do is I'd let each team practice with their own ball of passing, dribbling, and shooting to their player. And then they'd play another team. Okay? So just in the essence of time, I just had you go right to the game, but I'd first let to make sure they understand it. I'd see them dribbling, passing, shooting. If I just saw some kids pull the kitty approach and just throw it the whole court and go, yes! I'd say, okay, then I might make a rule. You can only shoot from about 8 feet or something. That said, but a fun game, gets everybody going, not critical. I worry about how many points, and all that. But you're just exploring it. And then I heard someone say, well, you double dribbled. They're going to double dribble. Okay, that means they go like this, and then they go like this. Okay, I'm making my way. All right, and at some point I'll say, hey, the dribble has to stay continuous. Once you pick it up, you have to pass it or shoot it. But we'll add rules as they get used to just the comfort of being with this. Also, how many of you guys know what these are? A fishing net that lets go a fish. Pennies is the actual term. Okay, so if I had a 5-on-5 game going or whatever, I might have one team wear these and the other not. All right, just so you know what those are. One other thing I just want to show you before we do shooting, this you're going to get in your handout called catch and release. And I will borrow Tina and Daphne. We're restoring confidence, Daphne. So this is another catching and throwing game that's very fun, and we get some fitness in it. Is one person would hold the hula hoop, and you'll stand right about here. Tina, you'll stand on the other side. Our goal is to throw whatever object, could be a basketball, I choose a football just to show you something different. She'll hold it up, a little higher, and then I'm going to throw it to Tina, and if she catches it, we have a successful completion, catch and release. So we run down here, no, you stay right there.
Okay.
Now you're going to throw it through here, and I'm going to try to catch it. If that happens, perfect demonstration, she has to go again. We as a team have to strategize. If she can't get through there, then she needs to move closer. So we have to decide what's the fastest way to go back and forth and still complete the pass. So now I'd say she needs to hold it higher so that you can throw it a little higher. I got it. So you guys catch and release. And once we get down to the baseline, if she catches it, we score a touchdown. Now we have a new person holding the hoop. You go over here. And we work our way back. If she drops it, it's got to go back, and we try again. And we go as fast as we can. You crank music, and the kids try to go back and forth as fast as they can under that condition. But now they're worried about accuracy and a little fitness because they get pretty good at it. The only rule about that is I can't, when she's throwing, stand right here because she's like, I'll always get it through, right? So anyways, that's catch and release. Any questions on that one? It's hard to visualize the words. Thank you. Nice. It's called a handoff in football. Shooting. I will borrow that ball, Wendy. Now, shooting, what often happens is once I introduce that little thing, that basket as, where's Jackie? Jackie this morning explained to us that that basket is broken because it wasn't catching her shots. And so, you know, I'll take that basket out to the shed. We'll talk. I'll fix it. But kids always look at the result. And that's not good for learning technique. So we have to figure out as teachers how do we teach something and they don't, you know, if it doesn't go and they think it's bad technique, if it goes and they think it's good technique. Which good technique is good technique. And so how do we do that and take that out of the way? So that's what we're going to work on right now. So the first thing is I got to teach the shot. So the basic shot, similar to the pass, similar to the dribble, is it sits in my fingertips. Always transfer that same knowledge so they go, oh, it's always fingertips no matter what I'm doing. Number 2 is I've got a 90-degree right here. And notice I don't have a chicken wing. I'm bringing it right underneath me so it's, as you can see, it's right angles and straight out in front of me, not to the side. And a lot of kids, if a lot of kids do this, wah! John Wayne right out of the holster, wah! What does that tell us as teachers? That's what it takes for them to get it in that basket. Either the basket's too high or ball's too heavy. So we pick softer items, lighter items, easier targets than that 10-foot monster that's only this big. Okay, so we got to figure out how to do that for the little ones. If you see most of the class doing this, then you've got the wrong bingo. All right, they should be able to do proper technique, and if that means with a beach ball, so be it. But getting to the most advanced, once they're ready, we can do the shooting properly very early in their life with just lighter objects and small, wider baskets. So we're going to be right here, resting in the fingertips of our hand. And then when I shoot, just like the pass, I extend through. I'm going to extend right through the ball. And where is my Peter Pan hand? I'm flipping it so I get that spin. If I just go like this, if I go like that, if I just go like that, no spin. If I flip my wrist, I get lots of spin. Key to accuracy is spin. Now, if I want to add distance, farther shot, how can I add distance? Get power into it, which means I'm going to step in and I'm going to bend. So, okay, I can go a lot higher and farther. Okay? The very first thing I like to teach is for kids, if we're a team, so us three come out, or you two, I know we just create a triangle. I shoot to Hannah, she shoots to Leah. What's that? Hannah. Hannah, Leah, Jaya. All right? And so I go boom. She shoots to her, she shoots to me, and we're helping each other. If I notice all of us are struggling with spin, we talk about this. If I see people shooting like this, I say, hey, we got to have more trajectory, more arc. And we're kind of helping each other. But the good news is we're not going to miss. And because we're not going to miss, we're going to think about technique because we can care less about the result. All we care about is, am I doing this right? And they're going to be watching me to help me. So each of you need a basketball, and I want you in a little triangle. And then I'm going to add a challenge after you do that. But first, just see if each of you can help each other do that. If you need a ball, there's one. Here's one. Here's one. Anybody still need one? I got an extra. I got an extra.
Oh, actually, I can leave these out. Leave those out.
Good call. Tara, that was excellent. You stepped totally with your right foot. Emily, nice. That was nice. Tell her that was nice. Now mean it, Kitty. Kitty, you just watch Emily, you'll be fine. No, I'm kidding. Look at the power. She's got the power. That's what? Yeah, right. What goes on over here? Oh, thank you. I forgot to say it. Right, so it sits on the side. Push right through with the right hand. I need to say that. Thank you. I forgot it. So we want to push right through the wall. See how high you can shoot it. Height is the big thing. Ooh, height. You make sure your left hand is your guide. My little dolphin. Doing? You're fine. Hey, that was pretty good. You guys look like you're passing. So we're going to higher, alright? Because it's got to go over 10 feet in the air to get into a 10. Some height. This hand needs to be underneath. Okay? And this is on the side. Okay. And then just keep bending those knees so you're shooting up higher. Some height. I like the spin on it. I want to see even more height. So if you got to bend your knees more, you will. Yeah, that's pretty good. This group solid.
Try keeping your feet lined up to one another. Just don't be straight up.
Yep. Swish. But just through the net. Oh yeah. I can. I'll switch with, but just give me some options.
I thought you saw my shot and you're like,
One thing we do want to do is get you involved.
oh, that's fine.
You shooting with both? Sometimes right, sometimes left? You're that talented.
No, I
What? No. I want to. That looked pretty good. So let me watch you one time. Go with your normal. That's pretty darn good. And all I want to do is one thing a lot of people are doing is they're not quite sure what they're doing with it. This is right through the ball. Okay? It's right it's floating, and so the ball is moving around. Let this stay up here. Okay. Just kind of. Nice. Richard looks good. That's a nice motion you're making there. Yes, I know so. I don't think so. I know so. The only thing I wanted to see is that other hand get because you're moving around. Okay. Stay with your team. Bananas right here. You will need that ball. Miss Kitty, can I borrow that? Thanks. So whoever you are. So. I thought you were just messing with me. Thought you with the sunglasses. I was like, yeah, right. So you're right, Emily. I love it. I forgot to say something. Luckily, that group or someone over there asked me a question about the other hand. And since it was it to someone else says, I think you pick your nose. I'm not sure. Well, let me give you purpose, okay? So I apologize. If I'm shooting with the right hand, most kids get in the tendency to let it kind of start sagging and use both hands. Notice the elbow starts coming out. That's when you know they're using both hands, because you can't shoot like that. But you can shoot like that. See the elbow? This is wrong. So I know they're using their left hand. Bad technique over time. So we want to say, instead of a heavy ball and they need two hands, get a lighter ball so they do the correct thing. And the correct thing is, this hand is our little guide through life. And so we want to make sure that this arm is pushing through the ball, as if we're going right through the center of the basketball. And this one just keeps it from wobbling off the hand, because that's the tendency. The elbow wants to do this. So this will keep it straight up. So it's going to look like this. This just keeps it here, so I don't do that. Okay? Make a little sense. Now we're going to add a little challenge. Two superstars come along. Remember our friend the hoop. And we'll use the ball. Pop out here. This time, and Daphne's going to hold it as high as she can at a 45 degree. This is what a basketball hoop looks like. But she's going to do 45 degrees for this activity. Much easier target, which we want. All right? And you'll stand right here and then turn around. Keep going. Hurry! Keep coming! Keep going! Yes! We're yes! We did it! Here it is! Okay. That way he can see. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I get 5 shots. If I make the first one, Princess Leia will bounce pass it back to me, and because I made it, I take a step back. I shoot again. If I make that, I take a step back. If I make that, I take a step back. If I miss, I stay put until I make. If I make all 4 or 5, my 5th one. So now I got to get some power going. All right, now notice that hoop wants to move. And they'll say, let me help, you know. Unfortunately, you'll notice that one doesn't do that. Okay, so this person has to stay courageous. They might be batting some shots away, but they want it out, up, and like that. And we're getting a little fitness in the arm. After I do my 5, you become the next shooter, you get the hula hoop, and I'm the rebounder. And now she's shooting, and she'll start nice and close. She'll start nice and close, because for most kids, that's plenty. All right? Oops, oops, with the hoops. So, bottom line is, she'll shoot again. Nice! And then she takes a step back or stays put, depending on the result. Thank you, you guys. You can clap for them. They're doing this. All the number 3s, come get a hula hoop, find your space, and everybody go. Make sure, if all 3 of you have gone, let another person go again until I stop us. Everybody's good? I think you need a ball. Yeah, I was going to say, I know there's a ball. You guys move down a little. There we go. As high as you can handle. There you go. We want it a little higher so that they're shooting and not straight up and down. 45 degrees. Working on our math skills. There we go. Turn the hoop, Sophia. So there we go, because a hoop really won't be sideways. It'll be more like that. There you go. Connie, you're going to turn the hoop just a little bit of an angle so it's more... Are you the shooter? So, there you go. And you can hand up here if I do. There you go. There you go. How we doing? And then 45 degrees. Oh, she's a shooter? Okay, so we want it to look a little more like a... There you go. So... And higher.
Rotate after 5. Rotate after 5.
We switch. That way we make sure each one gets this time.
Still got the record for this, right? On the side of the court from the free throw line. I still remember that. I did it. Exactly.
Who did it?
I did it.
You did it. I assume it's in Guinness. There's Lisa. You guys thought her name was Kitty. I was going to say it's... They're working in position. Add a little art. Add a little art. Help each other learn something. Oh. Add some art, listener. Make sure you're putting arc, a little bit of arc.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, guys.
Fantastic. Don't say that.
Is this your third or second person? Third, okay. Good speed. Speed. Oh, Ruben, have you gone yet? All of you go? 20 seconds left, 20 seconds. Fill it up, Kitty, fill it up. Here, I think I'm gonna stop us. Put you in charge of this purple bag, which takes lots of balls. Bananas! If you've got a hula hoop, put it in the hula hoops. If you got a basketball, give it to Princess or Double J. Like it. Love it. Thank you, Miss Lisa. I can take one more in here, and then that one's at capacity. And then everybody, apples right here. So we did about 14 lessons there. And remember, with kids, it'd just be literally one of these things you'd probably do and have time to explain, demonstrate, and then let them really practice. I'm going to sit with you because we're in closure right now. So as we're closing, we'll just check our hamstring stretch. Somebody tell me one skill you needed for passing that you're like, ooh, that was key to know that. One skill, just one. Don't add, not all at once. Kitty. Eye contact. Look at the person before you just throw it and they get hit somewhere uncomfortable. Thank you. Irene. Using the fingertips. Sumbla. Yeah, that's a huge one. That's the hardest thing for kids is how to get spin on the ball. And yet, you look at any really good player, that's one of the best things they do is adding that kind of flick down, out and down. And you have to have what kind of wrists? Supple. Word of the day. I don't think I've used it in 20 years, but today I'm using it all day. How about dribbling? Thank you. That's right. We're not looking for the circus dribble. Keep it at the waist or lower. I'm going to do my Barbie on the beach. How about shooting? Nice, 90 degree, and then we're going to extend through the ball. Tina? Oh, that's just part of your Barbie move. Okay, thank you. Bending your knees. Why do you bend your knees? More. I got the power. Yeah, a little more power, because a lot of you, we want to add trajectory, all right, to our shot. Somebody tell me one thing that was like really hard today. Something that was tough. Shooting to the hula hoop? So just imagine that little guy up there. It'll be that.
I think the hoop is hard because it's kind of low.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do this, but you need it to go straight. It was,
Yeah.
Not that I would have hit it if it were higher. I'm not a
I think you would though. Kind of. What was a cool thing you learned or a fun game we had? Rugrats. By the way, once they learn Rugrats, you can do it multiple times, different ways. So it always takes a long time to teach a game, but once they got it, you should use it multiple times if you see them liking it, etc. So anyways, this is kind of our closure. We talk it through. I tell you guys, and I will, good job. Hit the water tank. And we will start at 11:01. So do anything in your lives for the next 10 minutes. All right, including if you have any questions, I'll be right here. All.
Back to 6 feet.
Skills is speed. How quickly can you do something? Because when you're on offense, someone on the other side is trying to do it faster than you. So one of the things we try to do is teach speed. And the way we do it, Connie and I are partners from 6 feet apart. We're going to see how fast we can get it back and forth within 30 seconds. If we drop it, we just were at 5. I pick it up and we start over at 1. Because accuracy is more important than speed. If we're so fast, we're not going to be slow, it doesn't feel good. So we have to see how many in a row can we do in 30 seconds. All right? Let's see. Do it underhand, overhand, however you want. You two decide. Ready? Set. Anybody get 15 or more? 20, 25, 30, 40. What do you get? 40. 1 million? No, okay. Now, let's see if you can do better. Figure out how you can get just a touch faster. All right? And it's not count by 2. All right? It's something like that. See if you can improve your own personal world record. Ready, set, zot. Beat the record. Done. Now, there are exactly 36 people right now in this wonderful competition. This is called the zigzag round. Just something at 2 in the morning. I said this will be fun, but luckily I've tried it with the kids, so you'll be okay. 2 in the morning many years ago. If you have a beat. So just pass your bean bags down so they end up getting into these baskets. again. I've got to be ready. Come on. There, that's what it's an important life skill. Okay. All right. This, I didn't have to stand here. This is known as a zigzag rally. Really? There are 18 people here. There are 18 people here. These 2 people will start. They will throw to the person across, who will then throw it, boom, 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 all the way down so every person touches the beanbag. Once it gets to the last person, she's going to put it in this bucket. The team with the most beanbags wins the free trip to the parking lot after. Now, if you drop a beanbag, and it'll be a traumatic moment for all moments, but move on in your life. Leave the beanbag on the ground. You can't pick it up. It's out of play. Just keep going. These 2 will just keep throwing them out as fast as you can handle it. But if it's too fast, you lose control. Any questions? Are we good? Oh, this will be good. You start with 1. You're never throwing to the person you caught it from. It's a zigzag. So if you caught it from her, don't throw it back to her. You'll have to work that out. Marks. Any questions? You can do whatever you want as long as once it drops, it's done. Everybody know who they're catching from and throwing to? We good? Get your marks. You must stay behind the cone. Stay behind. Thank you, Esther. Well, then marks.
Get set.
Zap.
Oh my god! That's like a juggle. Oh, that was. Okay, your person is getting from. Hold on. Wait, yeah. We're running out of beanbags. How many beanbags are in there? I don't know.
Actually, I guess we're about to clean out the cage.
Coming back. Go!
Stephanie,
Bring your bucket down.
bring your down there. Everybody else just pick up stuff that you got. Bananas here when you're ready. I missed the question. And by the way, if you'd be so kind on our way out, if someone grabs something and comes towards Double J's car, the love continues to grow. Do we have a count? Hold on. Do you have a count?
Yeah.
Let's see.
39.
What'd you say? 49, okay. 29, 39. Anyways, that's a fun little job. Everybody did a great job today. I've put several more things on the website last night as far as motor skills, or 2 nights ago. Different things are up there that we've covered, okay? We meet back in the backcourt gym next week. You know where that is, so say goodbye. We love you, Sunshine. Thank you for being with us today. We really love the bright cohort beam. Pineapples, and if you have questions about group presentations or anything, come see me. Oh, one last thing. Whoa! You little active. You should be passing out right now. This is a pedometer. I love putting a pedometer. I can't afford to buy 40, but I always, with kids, I just give one kid who's like, I'll be active today, and I give it to them, and then we see how many steps they took. And they're not just lazy steps sometimes, they're really hustling or sliding or galloping. National Great Day for Walking. How many steps are known as, wow, you did a really healthy day? Nice! That was strong. Did we talk about this? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. She just did 4,440. 4. Like half a perfect day in a short amount of time, which means you all did. All right? So congratulate yourselves. Now go do silly things because you've earned it. Pineapples away. And if you'll carry some equipment, I'll love you.
Yeah.